Welcome back to Houston Newsmakers, where I'm joined this morning by Precinct 3 Harris County Commissioner Tom Ramsey. Good morning, Commissioner Ramsey. Thank you so much for joining me.
Good morning. It's great to be with you.
Thank you again. Harris County, you voted, the Commissioner's Court voted to take Governor Abbott to court about the mask mandate issue. You were the ones who voted no on that, in that 3-2 vote. Why did you vote no?
I trust people. This is a simple issue of, we've been in this for over a year now. People have a great understanding of what their issues are and what they can be around or not be around. I don't think we need to be telling them what they should be doing, whether it's masks or vaccinations. I've been vaccinated. I think it's a good thing. But I think we leave that up to our doctors. We leave that up to the experts. Government doesn't do this very well in terms of mandating, dictating, in terms of local issues like this. So I think my simple response to that is I trust people. They don't need to hear from me on whether they should or should not wear a mask. They just need to exercise their great judgment in doing one or the other.
Well, one of the things the government does is get involved when we have concerns like flooding. And I know the Commissioner's Court's very much involved, and you are very much concerned about flooding, and for good reason. We've seen plenty of it in our recent years here. But there's been hope with the promise of federal dollars to help with mitigation issues. There's been good news and bad news about that. You know, in recent months, the General Land Office really kind of threw a curveball when they designated $0 for Harris County. Big pushback to that. Now there's a little bit of change. At least they're reconsidering that. Where does that stand now in terms of money that Harris County might receive?
Yeah, we are pursuing, obviously, the $750 million from the GLO. The good news is the Commissioner Bush has made it and stated publicly that he supports doing that. The time it takes to go back and redo all your plan, that's what's going on right now, redoing the plan. You have to submit that to HUD. HUD has to approve it. But as I tell my colleagues on court, who every week remind me how many people they know in Washington, now the decisions is all in Washington. We are good here in Texas, at least Commissioner Bush and the GLO, in directly allocating $750 million to Harris County to deal with drainage. And the good news is we know exactly what we're going to do with it. This gets into the 2018 bond, but we have projects, and we know this is going to be of great benefit to people who have been impacted by Harvey.
And you also have some other good news. $250 million is on the way for sediment removal. That's got to be good news as well. Talk about what that means for efforts in cleaning up all of the accumulated sediment that's involved. It's in some of those waterways, those Houston watersheds, talking about the bayous and channels that are really clogged right now.
Yeah, this gives me an opportunity to brag on the Harris County Flood Control District. They do such a great job. They have such credibility with people like FEMA and the Corps of Engineers. So when these kinds of dollars become available, and we know there's sediment in not only Addicks and Barker, but Buffalo Bayou and the other channels, there's 22 watersheds in Harris County alone. So when they're looking at how can we most effectively, what's the biggest value we can do with $250 million, they come to Houston because they know Harris County can deal with projects specifically. We know exactly what we're going to do with those dollars. We've got the projects identified. Work will begin very quickly in addressing that.
And you're an engineer. You know exactly what they're talking about. They're speaking your kind of language, right? So that's a good thing here.
They are.
I know that you're especially concerned about crime in Harris County. There's a lot of that going on. The numbers have not been going in the right direction. What's your biggest concern about dealing with the crime levels in our community and in your precinct? And we talk about some of the ways you want to see that addressed.
Well, we honored at the last court Donovan Carter. He was unfortunately murdered by someone let out on several bonds. And this is an ongoing problem within the county, and we need to deal with it. His mom gave a compelling testimony in terms of the wonderful things her son was doing in the community. He was a Little League coach, graduated from Prairie View A&M. He was construction science major, just had the world of opportunity. To be killed in your early 20s is just unacceptable. And what we are proposing is a first step in Senate Bill 6. I gave the court an opportunity to support that. They chose not to. That doesn't mean that it won't pass at some point, and that'll be the first step in trying to address at least that element of crime.
We have about a minute left. Senate Bill 6, what's in it that really speaks to your heart as far as that crime is concerned?
It does deal with allowing repeat violent offenders out on bail.
Got it.
They should be not allowed because they go to neighborhoods where people can't afford protection, and it's just a way to keep the violent offenders off the streets and out of and good citizens out of harm's way.
You have, I know I'm kind of run over on time here a little bit, but 3-2, 3-2, 3-2. There seem to be the votes on that council, on that commission's court. How hopeful are you that the commission's court's going to be able to come together and have some unanimous votes for a change?
I'm the most optimistic person in Harris County. I come to court every week that we have a meeting with great ideas. And even though I get voted down 3-2, it happened more than a dozen times in the last meeting, and it'll happen probably a dozen times in the next meeting. I'm going to continue to bring great ideas to the court. And the good news is the public support the ideas that I'm bringing to court. And at some point, just because the public support it, it'll pass.
Thank you. Commissioner, thank you for that attitude, that positive attitude. Now, I thought I was the most positive guy, but now I guess I got to be number 2. Precinct 3 Harris County Commissioner Tom Ramsey, thank you for being here this morning. Let's do it again soon.
Thank you for having me.